Hey, it's TJ, welcome back to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. So last episode, we kind of spent the entire time talking to people. I don't think they want to tell us anything else.
How can I help?
Oh, maybe they do.
I do. I've been trying to come up with the best way to say this for some time, but I suppose I should just come out and say it. The truth is, I have come to depend on you. Not just for the sake of the mission, but for my own sake as well. I'm glad you're with us.
I mean, I'm the most important character here, so of course I'm with you. Me, that sounds very painful to admit it.
Did I? I am trying to be sincere here. It occurred to me that I may have been too critical of you, too demanding at times.
Thank you, I guess.
I know my manner can be a bit taciturn. I know you must be getting sick of my lectures about the dark side and everything
Yeah, a little
else.
bit.
I spent all my years being hounded by my instructors, being told so often how gifted and important I was until I was sick of it. I remember when I was younger, I used to swear that I would never become as self-absorbed and stodgy as the Jedi Masters. It's ironic, really.
Maybe you don't need to be like that.
I suppose not. But I am becoming like that, though it's not easy for me to admit. Being controlled has kept everyone around me at an arm's length. Even those like yourself who are most in need of my understanding and compassion. Maybe it's time to change that. You deserve to know how much I respect and admire you. I had to tell you how much I care for you. As a friend, of course.
Leave me alone for good. We could be more than friends. We could be master and apprentice.
Please, it's not allowed. I have to remain true to the Jedi ideal. If this is going to cause a problem, maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
No, I'm glad you did.
Well, that was not nearly so difficult as I feared. Thank you for hearing me out. I feel much better. But enough soul searching for now. We should probably continue on with our mission.
Alright. Garth, you have anything to say too?
Yes, what's...
Oh, never mind.
You got it.
Alright. We are going to Manan. There it is. Okay, it didn't show me the vision.
You felt it, yes? Another vision? The Force continues to work through us, showing us the star maps unearthed by Revan Malak. It is strange that anyone would have built a star map here. The entire surface of Manan is covered by nothing but vast oceans.
Obviously, they threw it in the ocean because of the litterers. But apparently it was underwater. Or maybe it was once land above the surface.
It is possible. The melting of polar caps or a cataclysmic earthquake could have buried the land beneath the waves eons ago. Records from that time are incomplete. The ocean floor is vast, and much of it is uncharted, even by the native Selkath. But how could Revan and Malak have found their way down? No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Maybe they recruited some talking fish and helped them find their lost son as a result.
Yes,
Finding
what's
the
in
orphans. What do you know about this place?
Manan's a neutral world. They're the only source of Kolto, the healing fluid, and they use that to remain free from both the Republic and the Sith. Well, that's all I can think of, at any rate.
Okay, right?
You got it.
That's all I know.
How can I help?
Apparently you don't know about the planet. You're curious about something?
Am I so transparent? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, considering our bond. Yes, there is something I would like to ask, if you'll permit it.
We literally just talked and now, here, go ahead.
In our time together, I've been watching you. You are a true servant of the light. You follow the tenets of the Jedi Order.
I actually don't think I have my light side maxed out yet.
And with so little training. For me, it has always been a constant battle. Don't you find it difficult at all? You make it seem so easy. Or is that only an illusion?
I mean, it's kind of an illusion. I just choose whatever I want. Like, if I want to discount on a droid, I'd probably choose the dark side option. He wasn't there for that, though, so, yeah, just do what I think is right.
And that's enough for you. If only it were as easy for me. If only the right path was always
Wait, is a
clear.
computer console
I've always
showing
struggled
through
for
your
control
clothing?
Over my passions.
I
I've
think it
always
is.
been too quick to anger, too quick to get involved. My instructors constantly berated me for it. I've often dreamed that I might be able to confront Darth Malak myself. I dream I can use all this power I have to kill him and stop all the death.
I mean, you did
destruction.
defeat
I
Revan,
just
so
think
anything's
about all
possible.
the
And since
evil
Revan
that
was the
Sith
master,
forced
that
on
means
us.
she should be strong
It's
enough
so
to take on
curious.
Malak, right?
Yet we are told that these feelings are the
Plus,
path
Malak
to
was
the
better
dark
at
side.
combat, and Revan was like the tactician. What were you talking about? I wasn't paying attention. Have the trust and the wisdom of the Jedi Code.
Yes, of course, you're right. I have to remember my training. The Masters know well the corrupting influence of the dark side. Although it is hard for me to imagine. The very thought that I could become as evil as Malak, I just can't fathom it. It just doesn't seem possible.
Well.
I mean, how could I... No. Wait, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even be asking you this. The Jedi teachings are clear. Who am I to question them? And even worse, who am I to try and make you question them?
What?
These are dangerous thoughts. The indulgence of a vain mind. Please, forget I ever mentioned this. Let's just return to our mission.
Yep, we're gonna have even more dialogue apparently. Bunch of honey.
Yes,
What's wrong?
I have been bothered by something of late.
What is it?
I never told you where I came from, did I? Where I grew up as a child? I suppose I was trying to deny what I was feeling.
What?
I have been wrestling with my feelings inside, trying to come to terms with it, but I find I cannot. I must have someone to blame. Someone to blame for the destruction of my homeworld. Someone who is responsible for the death of everyone I have ever known, except those on Dantooine.
Wait, what are you saying?
Taris. It was Taris that the Sith destroyed to try to kill you and your precious Bastilla. Taris, my homeworld.
I thought you hated your homeworld.
It was my home. If it were not for you and Bastilla, the Sith would have never had reason to destroy that world. It was your fault for being there, and your fault for rescuing Bastilla. Without your intervention, the Sith would have had no cause to lay waste to my childhood.
But we were attacked first. I don't even know why we were there.
Just let me vent my anger. I need someone to blame. Something. Anything. I
Blame
hated
T3.
that world. Yet everything I learned as a
He was there
child,
too.
I learned there.
They were looking for him all along.
It is as much
You did
a
break
part
into
of
their
me
base,
as
after
the
all.
air I breathe. I have this ache inside me, where
They
all
immediately
my
dumped him
childhood
for anyone
memories
else.
lay, and I find your face there with them. If it was not for you, that world would still exist.
I didn't even do anything. Sure. No, I'm sorry. There's no way to prevent it.
I know. I suppose I realized that.
We're trying to leave, but apparently we
It's
couldn't.
so hard to lose your entire past. You would not understand.
It'll be alright.
Yes. Yes, I suppose it will. As long as we remain focused on our task, it will. I am sorry. I will try not to distract you in the future with my trivial experiences. We should stop for now.
Okay. Moving on.
Got something on your mind, do you?
Actually, now that I think about it, we never followed up with Mission's brother about what happened. About this place?
Manon's an unusual place. Not for its water, mind you. It's the Kolto, healing juice. Only place where it occurs in the galaxy. And that's about all I got to say about that. Now, let's get going.
I actually said why you decided to come with me.
No, I never did I?
Are you always gonna be this elusive?
Elusive? Me elusive? Obviously, you've never tried to grab a Twi'lek dancing girl after drinking too much Onderan Willick juice. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on.
Pretty happy there to me, other than the creatures trying to eat you.
You live in an overgrown stump with a tax beating down your door, and you tell me how happy you would be. I was pleased just to have visitors. How many kilometer-high trains can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I'd bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes.
Well, I have YouTube.
All the critters in the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask?
Do that on your own, though.
So I could. Well, not having a ship does tend to put a damper on that kind of idea, however. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued.
Well, what interest do you have in my future?
Interest? Well, I certainly don't have a vested interest. Call it more idle curiosity. Your destiny is rather unclear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you. But, I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make you sick.
Oh, tell me more about what you see.
Your future will come of its own accord, trust me. Sometimes navel-gazing at it doesn't get you anywhere. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. And that can't be all bad.
Who?
Nomi Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day.
So you're here as some kind of observer.
Nonsense. If I ever refused to help you when you asked, how confused can one person be anyway? One thing I will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring days before the war. Those were exciting times. Or at least it would remind me of those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo! Shoo!
Alright. Bring him. And I guess we probably should bring someone that's more combat focused. I haven't brought Zalbar in a while. He doesn't really add anything to conversations. Vestal, I guess. Just 3 Jedi. Although she might not like us force persuading. Okay, yeah, let's switch her out then. Someone will never judge me. Is there any free loot in here? Very important, we loot any containers we find. Probably not, though. All these containers, and none of them are real. Leaving Alpha City security zone, cameras deactivated. Okay, entering Alpha security zone. Cameras activated. Can I just leave? Hey, you literally just said that. It's a Sith. Get him.
You Republic people are so pathetic, sitting around groveling at the table scraps the Galactic senators deign to give you. It makes me sick.
The senators work for the good of the whole galaxy, not for individual gain.
Ha! Don't make me laugh, you gutless simp.
Gotta side with the
It's
Sith
the
on this one.
destiny of weak-minded fools like you to be ruled over by the strong, like we Sith.
I'm warning you. Don't push me or you'll get just what you're asking for.
Try it. Just try it. I'd love to see you throw the first punch.
Just
And then
cancel
all
him.
the
Works with
cameras
everyone.
around the Cellcath would be all over you inside of 30 seconds. You break their laws. You pay the price, Republic scum. But I can see that you're not man enough to back up your words anyway. If you ever feel like relieving yourself of your worthless existence, feel free to come by our enclave here. We have many, many ways to fulfill your wish.
Yeah, what are you... Oh, I apologize, Master Jedi. I should not have been rude.
Not gonna question why the Sith's here. Want to ask a few questions.
Well, of course, I'm always willing to help a Jedi. What do you require?
Why are the Sith here on Manan?
Well, for the Kolto, of course. Really, that's the only reason anyone would want to be here. It's the only reason the Cellcath built Atto City in the first place. To explore Kolto.
Both stay here?
The Cellcath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling Kolto to everyone that needs it, and making themselves too valuable to be worth conquering. Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only natural source of Kolto on the planet if anyone tries to attack them. But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to get what they want. They're probably planning something already. Is there anything else you require?
Can you join my party and replace T3? Why do they accept you so much?
Well, these damn Sith are everywhere on Manan, pushing us Republic citizens around, trying to goad us into breaking the law somewhere.
It's just the officers, right? There's no, like, actual, like, Force user, right? Why don't you just run them off?
Yeah, there's nothing we can do, though. The Cellcath want to maintain their neutrality, and they enforce it very strictly. So, we just have to sit here and let the Sith insult us, and we can't raise a hand against them. Otherwise, the Republic will face severe Kolto export restrictions, and that could lose us the war altogether.
Have you seen an ancient star map?
A star map? Like an ancient artifact or something? No, I'm sorry, I've never heard of it. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Nope, okay, that's it.
Of course. If you have any other questions, you should probably see Roland Wan. He's the Republic diplomat here. He's by the Republic Enclave near the visitor residences. Oh, if you don't know where that is, go north from here, then south past the port official in the first courtyard, east into the second courtyard, then north, then east again. You got that? Have a pleasant stay, Master Jedi.
Right. First time we've seen a Republic soldier in, like, forever. But there wasn't any on, Dantooine. But I guess it's more like a Jedi Enclave than a, Republic hideout, outpost, base thing of doom. Or all these named people and head straight for the That's a Bazak player. We're not going to bother with that. Locked because talk to this guy. Welcome to Manan. While you're here, I trust you will follow the rules governing the activities of Off-World. What are the rules exactly? The single most important law in Manan is very simple. Cultural smuggling is punishable by death. If you're carrying any unprocessed cultural, you better have a permit. Another rule is very simple. Keep the peace. Here on Manan, we maintain a careful neutrality and react very harshly to the people who jeopardize our neutral status. Any confrontations between the Sith and Republic are dealt with swiftly and decisively. Is that understood? That's it? Only 2 laws? Don't be foolish, human. Of course we have the laws against murder, theft, and other crimes. These laws are hardly different than those of any other planet. I don't know, maybe they don't have laws against those. Dance neutrality is closely linked to our cultural production. That's why I made a special mention of the laws regarding smuggling and keeping the peace. I mean, I think keeping the peace would be probably standard for like every civilization out there. Just saying. How could you be neutral when the Sith are trying to conquer everything? Haven't you heard of terrorist man? Sith respect the independence of Manan as much as the Republic does. As long as we continue to control the production of a resource as valuable as Kolto, we have no need to fear any conquering fleet. You're telling yourself that, man. Should Manan ever come under attack, we would destroy the supply of Kolto and vanish beneath the oceans of our world. Even the Sith are not willing to risk the loss of a commodity as valuable as Kolto. That seems awfully short-sighted. Your opinion is based on your own alliances, human. The way we Selkath can best protect the interests of Manan and Alto City. There's a docking fee of 100 credits. You'll have to pay this fee each time you dock on Manan, or you'll not be permitted into... I'm not going to be paying that. I don't need to pay the docking fee. See, you do not need to pay.
The Jedi Council wouldn't approve, but they always were a little stodgy about using the Force on people. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm not paying money to get into cities. Come on, people. You're not... Yeah, basically I'm gonna get charged again if I visit, but I don't think that actually happens. The Drolley is alright with me force persuading people to avoid docking fees. Is there anything to loot in here? Nope. Probably should give Jolie some equipment. Night robe. Jedi Master robe? Yes, we do. Perfect. And will or awareness. Probably will.
Yes?
Moving on. Gotta wait for him. Come on, Jolie. We're right here.
Jolie, it is you. I need your help.
And Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why? Whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolie. Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Elora. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Elora. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow.
Who?
Got something on...
Tell me about the Sundry guy.
What? You think because I'm a hermit, I've always been a hermit? Just because I haven't seen Sunry for 20 years doesn't mean he's not a friend. The man could have changed a lot in that span of time, though. To become a murderer, I can't see it. That's not the Sunry I knew. He was a good man. Put me up in his home for a year back after I left the Order. War hero, too. Or so I hear. I wouldn't mind helping the fellow if we can. I owe it to him. Or you can be a young monkey lizard and ignore me, I guess. Well, I don't expect much these days.
Right. Probably should go ahead and take care of that right now.
The Republic respects the peace of Otto City, Your Honor. But the Sith are a violent people who leave violence in their wake. I have 3 soldiers in the infirmary.
If the Republic soldiers were more capable, they would not have suffered such serious injuries. Are my soldiers to be punished simply because they won a fair fight?
I hardly call 6 against 3 a fair fight. The Sith are cowards who attack only when they have the advantage of numbers.
I'm aware of the Republic's indignation. However, witness reports clearly state your Republic soldiers were as willing to engage in violence as the Sith in this case.
They were provoked, Your Honor. The Sith goaded them into this fight.
Taunts and threats are not sufficient provocation in the eyes of this court. Words can be ignored, which is what your men should have done. I find both the Republic and the Sith to be equally at fault for this breach of the peace. I should throw all parties involved into the jail, but since no Selkath were harmed in this conflict, I will show mercy and levy a fine of 10,000 credits to both sides. That's more than my bank right now. Court is dismissed, though I warn you, any further disturbances will not be viewed with such leniency. How much is my bank? 1,000 credits. Alright. We're broke. I am judge on behalf of the Selkath government of Manan. It's my task today to answer the needs of off-world citizens of both the Republic and the Sith Empire. If you have legitimate grievances with any party, with another party, you should speak to me. You should first, however, consult with the Republic Embassy before pressing charge. Anything you wish to bring to my attention. Is there a star map on this world? Star map? Not precisely, but Memen holds many wondrous and exciting locales and treasures. Culto not the least of them. There are many shops and boulevards catered to the whim of any species and provide vibrant nightlife. It has to be seen to believe. This and other tourist paraphernalia can be had from your local embassy. Do not waste my time with it. Alright, let's talk about this murder case. That is acceptable, I believe. In Manan legal tradition, the defendant can have an arbiter who tries to prove his innocence. This arbiter is a neutral party and can investigate and present evidence in the trial, argue on the defendant's behalf. As you are a Jedi, I believe you can fulfill this role adequately. Why not have Jolie do all the work while we just focus on the main quest?
I suppose your Sunry's only hope. We have to at least try to help him.
So be it. You are now appointed the arbiter in the case of Sunry versus the Sith Empire. Your name and position have been recorded in our files. I'm sure that's not a problem at all. I'll now inform you of the pertinent facts of the case. You have a limited amount of time in which to investigate and organize a defense for your client, and I advise you to use it wisely. I don't know if that actually is real. Sunry was seen leaving a hotel, leaving behind a dead Sith woman, Elise Horace. He's been charged with murder and is being held in Otho City prison facilities. Okay. Witnesses claim to have seen the killing and are being detained in the hotel in the question pending trial. Manager of the hotel has been informed of your appointment. Lisa was found dead with a blaster wound with an incriminating Republic medal clutched in her hand. This information has been uploaded to your datapad. It would be wise to review all information before the trial starts. A question Sundry or the witnesses. The evidence in this case is heavily stacked against Mr. Sundry. I believe it will take some doing to absolve him of guilt.
Yes, but it almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it? Very suspicious.
They also interviewed the judges here, including myself, to get an idea of the pertinent factors in this case. This is your first case, and you are an off-worlder. I feel compelled to add good luck as my final missive. Okay, we get 100 experience for that? Sweet. So most of us spend time talking to you since you're here in official capacity. What do you need? We're gonna have to do a lot of talking to these guys. What do you think of Sundry? Republic soldier, war hero. You think this Republic Masters would let someone so valuable go so easily? I think not. He maintains his contacts with the Republic and seeks to escalate the situation. Anything suspicious about the case? Find it to be fairly straightforward. He's from the Republic, she's from the Sith. The great empires battling now live out the conflict for their minions too. What do you think of the Republic and the Empire? Yeah, buying the Republic's line that this is the epic battle of good Republic versus the evil Empire. The Sith Empire is merely an expansion of its power, much like the Republic was in its early history. It's simply turning of history where the old is swept away by the better new. Peace, pro Sith. Question you?
One day soon, the Selkath will pay for the indignities they have inflicted on the Sith.
Cool story, bro. Alright, what do you think of Sunry? Former Republic officer who's highly regarded by your people. He's admired by your people here on Rane Toral. Even seems to maintain some sort of relations. He's capable as a Republic citizen, still believe him to be. He's certainly capable of actions of murder. Anything else you need to know, or anything suspicious? Often wondered if he was innocent. Why was he seen fleeing the scene of the crime? Why would he have been running if he had not committed the crime himself, or at least not aware of one of the crime? Fair and simple, obvious to see. You Republic types stick together, however, I assume you will go to lengths to defend him. What about the Empire? Both empires have fought for their current conflict with the Republic. In the past, were laying the foundations by which the Sith Empire grew. The Sith now, obviously, from starting the war. But no matter the wrongs that have been done in the past, the Sith now have no cause for renewing hostilities. It almost seems as if they just want to conquer everything. I believe the Republic has every right to defend itself and drive the Sith back from where they can. Fortunate for them, perhaps for us, God seem to be doing it too good a job of it. He's a bit neutral, so that's good for him. Guys, I'm trapped.
Acknowledgement.
I have no idea what he just. Talk to this guy. To answer your questions. What do you think of Sundry? The idea of a half-human cripple could murder someone as obviously competent as a Sith. Questionable at best. And you can barely walk, kill the Sith warrior in her prime. Preposterous. He knows she's a Sith. But wouldn't it pass the Republic to try and arrange such circumstances and see you're dead? The Sith are much more straightforward about their suspicious. Find it presumptuous to assume that the cripple could kill Alicia. I think there must have been another there who killed her, perhaps one of the witnesses. Do not know the reason for the metal punched in her hand either, but it may have been that she fought them off even as she died. I think this may be the work of some Republic conspiracy, and I'm not afraid to say so. The only means I have of hunting. The only means I have of hurting the Republic through Sundry, and so be it. Okay, so he doesn't like the Republic. I think the Republic is an institution in sore need of change. It's gone too long, and the Sith are a fresh wind of change blowing across the galaxy. I believe in the false stories of the evils of the Sith Empire. There's nothing compared to the oppression stagnant that the Republic represents at its core. I was given the power to decide my man would join the Sith, forcing the Republic to accept the new face of the future. Sadly, it would appear that I'm wiser and more farsighted than my immediate superiors. I'm regulated to civilian fishermen. I will judge this case, and I'll find him guilty as he is charged to me. Okay, so there's like two people that don't like him.
So nice to meet an impartial judge for a change.
Partiality is one thing, blindness is another entirely.
You said it, not I.
Where I'm going. Back to the next guy. So far they haven't really given me any important information. What do you think of Sundry? Great War knew it's time. He fought the Republic against the Sith aggression and proved valorous. I have great respect for his accomplishments and find it tragic that he finds himself in this current condition. If the Republic is more individuals like him right now, I do not believe the Sith would have too great of a problem for your people. Anything suspicious? And questionable that a man with such a reputable past would murder a Sith woman, especially not from behind. Knowing the Sith, there is probably some deception involved. They seek to do the same to us here. Been much pressure by the Sith on our government, even the judges themselves, to deliver guilty verdicts. Political law is absolute, and we will not be compromised for the Sith power games. Hey, what about the governments? Find the great battle waged across the galaxy both disturbing and ultimately tragic. For all its faults, you tottering republic benefit the vast majority of the galaxy for millennia, and I see it fall, ruin in such a short time. I do like the Sith, but I make no effort to hide. I even admit that if given the option, I would rule that we should join the Republic. I must remain impartial and rule on this case as law requires. Okay. We got like 3 impartial guys, maybe? How'd you know I was from the Republic? Ship registry is originally from the Republic world of NSL, therefore you are a Republic citizen. Or are you saying you stole your ship? No, perfectly legitimate. We have one of the former owners' associates. Totally legit. Not wearing his armor. Don't question me. I have some questions about the trial. Sunray, he's known as a hero of the Republic. Here, perpetual conflicts with the Empire. How long have you been at war with them? While I may have been severely injured in the line of duty, I personally hold him in quite high regard.
Speaking of that injury, has it been taken into consideration, Your Honor?
In no way does his disability hamper him, though. Rest assured that my personal regard of Sundry is not affecting my judgment. While emotion may rule your Senate, old hand of the law rules here on my end. Anything suspicious? Yes, there's something that's been bothering me. The medal that was found clutched in the Sith's hand. I find it odd that such a blatantly incriminating piece of evidence would be left at the scene of the crime. Analyze the evidence. Does not appear to be a replica. I still have my doubts. The rest of the crime, though, Sunry could have lost it. Much more probable things to happen in my tenure.
Simply because it was real does not mean Sunry would have overlooked it being in Elas's hand.
Alright, what do you think about the empires? Governing bodies of both states seek to keep an amicable relationship with our world in order to facilitate the exporting of Coltal. Do not delude myself into thinking that either of your states holds any great love for us. We are necessary, so you will let us hold our autonomy. I try not to concern myself with the intergalactic policy. I find it stretches the letter of the law too much for my taste. Alright. They didn't really offer anything helpful. And this guy offered me anything helpful.
I'm sick of hearing about Manon's neutrality. It sounds like a coward's excuse not to fight, if you ask me.
HK, are you alright? Anyway. Now, getting around those guys is apparently really hard. Alright, let's start questioning people. Maybe let's wait on questioning her. Excuse me, sir. I'd like to go in.
When I get out of here, you're dead! I'll gut your fishy little corpse, cut off your head, and bathe in your blood!
Quiet, offloads come. A nice guy. Also, these are terrible prisons. They're basically in cages.
Jolie, what are you doing here? Alora sent me, Sunry. I'm here to get you out of this mess. The courts went and made us arbiters for your case.
Us?
Just like old times.
There's no
Jolie.
us.
You
There's
come
me. I have to do all the work here.
Nowhere to save my tail from the fire. You saved my wrinkle butt more than a few times as well, friend, if I recall. But there'll be time for catching up later. Right now, we need to focus on the case.
The case is a complete frame-up. Anyone looking at the evidence could see that. Or so I thought. But the cellcasts seem to think that there's Well, if there's enough to go to trial. There aren't any witnesses. All that evidence against me is circumstantial and completely flawed.
Let's go over the evidence.
Well, I was at the hotel, I admit. And I did meet Eliza there that night, but it's not what you think. I was working with Republic intelligence. We were pretending to feed information to the Sith. Well, I turned Eliza into a double agent working for us. It was going well, too, until she turned up dead. Maybe the Sith had found out I was turning her and had her eliminated. But let's look at the facts they've given. Eliza was brutally killed. Think about that. She was a Sith, trained in battle, and I'm just a crippled old man. My war injuries make it difficult for me to walk, even to hold things. See how my hands are shaking? How could I kill a Sith warrior at close quarters? I ask you. Further, they say they found my hero's cross at the crime scene. Would I leave my war medal behind if I killed someone? Even I'm not that stupid. Obviously, the Sith planted the cross. And what about the lack of forensic evidence? Skin and hair samples, clothing fibers. Why isn't there anything like that at the crime scene? Sounds like an obvious frame-up to me. I hope you can see how the Sith are manipulating the Cellcat, and probably even you to set up this against me. We need to get this over with quickly and clear my name. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial.
Okay. I need to investigate this case. Any ideas where I should look?
Guess you could interview witnesses at the hotel where the murder happened. The Cellcath already did that, but the fish folk don't have much rapport with offworlders. Maybe one of them was holding something back. But I think you'd be better off investigating the Sith themselves. Maybe you could find some proof they planted evidence to frame me. Though that might mean figuring out a way into the Sith embassy. Anything else I can help you with? I want my...
Okay, there's some things we need to clear up, though.
Go ahead, ask. Ask what you need to. I've got nothing to hide.
They said that you left after the shots were fired.
How would they know? They weren't there. I heard some of the witnesses said that too, but I swear she was alive when I left. I wonder if the Sith have been putting pressure on people to get them to convict me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. They've had it in for me since the war. You should ask everyone about that. They might admit to helping the Sith under pressure.
Okay, he seems very eager to, say he's innocent. I'll be going.
Very well. I suppose there is still much you must do before the trial. Once you've gotten enough evidence to go to trial, just tell the warden we're ready. The sooner I get out of the cell, the better.
How do I leave there? I feel like these episodes need to be like an hour long because all we do is like talk for the first 15 minutes. Then run around. But I feel like we're probably gonna have to leave this for the next episode. I walk all the way over there. I don't think there's anything else important.
Your precious Republic's days are numbered. It won't be long until Malak turns his armada loose on Coruscant itself.
Save your empty threats, Sith scum. Malak isn't stupid enough to attack the core worlds, now with the entire Republic fleet waiting for him.
You're a fool. When the Sith descend on Coruscant, our numbers will block out the sun itself. The Galactic senators will collapse trembling in fear and beg for mercy at Malak's feet.
You underestimate the Republic's resolve. We'll die before we surrender Coruscant.
That can be arranged. Remember what happened to Taris. Malak could do the same to the core worlds.
He wouldn't dare.
Now it is you who underestimate our resolve.
Alright, good for them. And I believe we're at the hotel now. So in the next episode, we'll start interrogating people. trying to get to the bottom of this. I think I have successfully done this once, though I don't remember how I did it. So that's gonna be fun to try to figure out how to do. Anyway, if you like this episode, stay tuned for next one. I'm TJ, and I'll see you next time.